Okay, we are at Humes Junior High School, middle school. This was Humes High School. And when Elvis moved to Memphis, this is where he went to high school. And the story goes, he used to get beat up in the boys' bathroom. Red West was a classmate. He was a football player here at Humes, and he walked in one time to Elvis getting beat up, and the boys were actually going to cut his hair because he had long hair, and at the time it wasn't cool to have long hair, although it's kind of subjective because it wasn't really long. It was just longer than most of the boys. And so they were going to cut his hair. Red West walked in and said, if you're going to cut his hair, you're going to cut my hair. And they became lifelong friends. And obviously Elvis didn't get his hair cut that day. And Red West was a lifelong friend and bodyguard up until, I believe, 75 when or 76 when Vernon fired a bunch of the people. Red West ended up being an actor, had his own career. He wrote several songs for Elvis, and he passed away about a year and a half ago. So when Elvis went to school here, he lived at Lauderdale Courts, which were public housing. And I'm going to go there next. I believe it's walking distance because I believe Elvis walked to school, if I remember correctly. So it's not too far. And you could actually, it's a bed and breakfast, or a, whatever the rooms are called, where you can rent someone's room. So you can stay overnight in the unit that Elvis lived in at Lauderdale Courts. So that is Humes High School in Memphis, Tennessee. Okay, we are at Lauderdale Courts. So when the Presleys moved here from Tupelo, they lived here, which is government housing, was government housing. And it is walking distance to Humes High School. Right now I think it's a pretty chic place to be, but back then you obviously had to be of low income. So apartment 328. A really nice building though. Love the brick. I'm not sure where 328 is. It is now a gated community, so you can't just drive in. I don't believe any of these were his entrances. From what I've seen on the web, it looks nothing like, well, it looks very much like this, but it's not one of these. There is a photograph of Elvis, I don't know, 14. He's standing outside of his apartment. He's playing with a fake handgun, and there's some footprints in the concrete of that very location. So people, it's a photo op where they, stand in that very location and take a photograph. I just don't know where that's at. But having said that, you have to be able to access it, because people are. So let's walk around and see what we can find without getting in too much trouble. So here's the gate part. And those look different. Those are like one-level units. I see somebody, I'm gonna ask. They know. I'll be right back. Okay, I asked the girl. She's playing with her dog, and I asked if she knows where Elvis' apartment was. She said no. I said, oh, do you live here? She goes, yes. I said, and you don't know which one Elvis is? She goes, no. I said, did you know that he lived here? He goes, oh, I know he lived here, but I don't know where. So I'm gonna walk around a little bit. 382 I'm looking for. It was corner unit. I mean, right now these are upscale apartments. Pretty amazing how it can go from public housing to only a few can afford. There's a nice church across the street. St. Mary's Catholic Church. And this is right, I mean, this is downtown Memphis. The next stop is going to be Sun Studios. I'm not seeing any 300 numbers. I'm going to ask somebody else here. Okay, I got some information. An older black gentleman said it is in the gated area, and they do have tours on Sunday, which is today. I don't think I'm going to do that, but he knew where it was. He said he actually stayed there, which is pretty cool. So I think I'm done here. I'm not gonna, I'll drive around and see if they'll let me in or something. I don't know. He does say it is open on. He did say it is open on Sunday. But before I go, a Jaguar pulled in behind me, and he has some cool plates. Let me show you. They're vanity. Well, they're not vanity. It's fake front plates. I guess you don't need front plates in Tennessee. But here we go. So here's the Jaguar, and there it is, plates. I pray you cut 365. I don't know what it means. But anyway, on to Sun Studios. Yeah, I haven't given up yet. Here's the leasing office. So they do have tours on Sunday, but from 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock. I'm gonna walk through here because this kind of looks familiar. I remember seeing stairs and steps. And again, I've been seeing this stuff on the web for a decade and been reading about it for 40 years. So I'm going based on memory here. These don't look like it though. Very nice. But this area isn't. I feel like I'm at home. Golf carts. Gotta love the attention to detail though. I mean, this stuff has been here since the 30s. And brick just lasts forever. It's the original maintenance free. Okay. Find out more, you'll be seeing me.